Hey, hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJB TV, returning yet again with nothing other than China against Korea. Because we got Brain against Kuangai, who comes from, I assume, China. That's the last I've heard, because his name is China Kuangai. And Brain, of course, we know he's from Korea, so yeah, this is yet again another Brain game. I think we have had a couple videos with Brain, and let me quickly fix the score at the top. Hope you didn't see that one. Brain versus Kuangai. Let me just relocate that a little bit. Let's give Brain a capital there. Looking fine, looking fine. Okay, so we have Brain against Kuangai. Brain here on the Zerg. So you might be wondering, why am I doing another series with Brain involved? And the answer is quite simple, actually. Brain is just the best player in the world, and it never gets boring to watch the best player in the world play a little bit of StarCraft. Doesn't matter against who it is. This time it's against Kuangai, one of the best players from China, who is on the stage today to prove himself a worthy opponent of the one and the only Brain. It's kind of like watching Flash. Like, at the start of June, I discovered that Flash had returned to playing ladder. I told everyone about it. And now, casters like Artosis, Falcon Paladin, and Saiyan, and a couple of other casters that exist within the Brood War sphere have been casting a lot of Flash games. And you know what? I think Flash content is maybe the most popular content you can do in Brood War. Like, everyone from everywhere in the world flocks to your channel to start watching you cast Flash. I mean, Artosis is having more views than ever before because Flash is on the channel. He's back. He's playing StarCraft. So yeah, naturally, a lot of attention draws to the best player, and the same with Brain. Everyone and their grandma is dying to watch a little bit of Brain playing an insane game here on StarCraft. So Kuangai goes for double gateway, and I think a Nexus afterwards, not too sure. He's saving up a little bit of minerals there. He finds Brain's base, and Brain here is going for a hatchery, standard build order. Going to build a choke there in the front, going to build a sunken there, and one there on the bottom side as well. Zealots are spawning there from Kuangai, who went for a Nexus after the double gateway. And that's his Forge coming on the way. The Forge, he has to build that one to protect himself from Zerglings that might run by across the middle to attack the main base. So he's going to have to get a cannon right there, maybe 2 cannons in total. Because, when you have that wall in the front, Zealots are unlikely to make their way through, although he is kind of delaying the construction of more Sunkens. He's even pulling the drone all the way back, but nope, he finds the Zealot there on the middle with the Overlord, so he pulls the drone right back to the choke and builds Sunken number 2. He's going to run the Zerglings all the way around the Zealots and go for an attempt at some proper harassment. That's why we have the cannon on the way, double gas on the way to get advanced technology, because Kuangai probably knows he's not going to get through. Oh yeah, he's trying to get through. Great Zergling micro, but is the damage enough there? No, it's not. One Zealot there stays alive on like 1 HP, 7 HP, so it needs a couple more hits to take it down. And there's another one there, it gets surrounded. There's only 7 drones at the moment because Brain had to build a lot more Zerglings to deal with the attack here. Like, I don't think this placement of that hatchery is optimal. I don't think it's optimal. But Brain has his reasons for building it right there, where it is. And I'm not going to doubt him. So the cannon in the back will protect his probes. The Zerglings will go in and get information instead. I got a cyber core on the way already. Finds the second Nexus, sees double gas. Did he actually see the double gas? I wonder. He did not see the gas, but I assume he knows there's probably a gas there on the bottom. Probably, otherwise there would be more gateways. Still doing some dancing, getting gassed in the back at home, getting hatchery number 4, and he's droning up slowly but surely, but I would say at the moment, oh, he actually is going to cancel the cannons and the Robo on the middle. Zealot is on the way. I think the Zealot will arrive before Robo dies. Or maybe it will not. Oh, wait, that was a shield battery. He killed the shield battery, not the Robo. So that explains why it died. More Zerglings coming up. More Zealots coming up as well. One Zerglings are still running in the base. Over they're hanging on the side, waiting to go in to scout additional information. So yeah, it's gonna be another shield battery and a cannon. Zerglings are trying to snipe the Zealot, but not quite succeeding. He might go for the probe, might go for the probe, but it stays alive. Micros his way out of there, kills the cannon. He's trying to delay this as much as possible, trying to force Kuangai to focus on defending this instead of progressing back at home. But Kuangai honestly is spending quite well, despite having the micro here and there to deal with some annoying Zerglings. We've got more Zerglings coming up. They're just going to try to surround this. Not sure if this is the right choice, honestly. He's investing a lot of minerals in trying to prevent this here on the middle. Going to go for the cannon. There's a cannon as well on the top. There's a pylon. Cannon got taken down. You know what? I think these should have all been drones. Like, this is a lot of money. You're sinking into this. And I don't think you're gonna succeed in killing this. Shield battery keeping the Zerglings alive. More Zerglings coming from the bottom there. Very good surface area for the Zealots. And Brain completely fails the attempt at stopping the middle. And I kind of had a feeling this would happen. I had a feeling that was not gonna work. Like, for once in my life, doubting what Brain is doing actually turned out to be correct. Gets on top of the cannon, but there's so many Zealots not working. He's still only on 17 drones against 38 probes. His aggression, like, Brain tends to play very smart, but that was perhaps a little bit too smart, a little bit too confident, and it backfires quite dramatically. He's very far behind. You already have Reavers on the way, shuttle already finished up, gonna go in there, gonna try to snipe the cannon, but not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. He has more, he just doesn't have that much. He's very far behind, very, very far behind. He could have been on 30 drones already, and he hasn't actually slowed this down on the middle. He's not slowed this down at all. It just hasn't worked. But a cannon on the way. Putting a Zealot into position to protect the cannon. Goes back to the middle. He got two cannons now. He's gonna maybe try to flank from behind. Reaver and Zealots getting flown into the base. They got a couple Hylas there in place, ready to snipe it. They've got speed. Gonna take that down. Reaver does not allow it. Reaver dies, so he's got to wait for another shuttle. But while that is happening, he's pushing the front door. Gateways are being warped in, producing Zealots there back at home. Zerglings are waiting to strike, but the cannons are finishing up in the back, so probably not going to work out too well for Brain. Trying to snipe the Reaver, but it stays alive. It doesn't. 4 HP, very, very close. And that's all because Brain didn't have range on his Hylas yet. He's had speed, but no range. So Brain is burning through a lot of money and a lot of time without actually achieving results that would justify spending all this time and this money on Zerglings and Hylas. He's relying on his micro, but it's just not working out. It's just not working out. Kuangai is playing this very, very cleanly, very well. Goes in, snipes the probe, but has to make his escape because Zealots have speed and the cannons are there protecting the Robos. So the Zerglings are being microed there, while he's microing this, while he's building here back at home. So 3 locations of action for Brain, but he goes in for the attack. Taking down all the sun. I think Brain just died right here. I think this is over. I think Brain just had one of the most inefficient early games. The concepts he was trying to do were awesome, but if they fail, you fall behind by oh so much. Like, it's an attempt to slow down the progression the Protoss is making. But if the Protoss does not get slowed down, then you instead, as the Zerg, get slowed down. And you can see even a player like Brain can fall behind so much that he just folds over and falls. It's just like a folding chair being thrown out the garden. It's like insanely far behind on his opponent, Kuangai. Kuangai played this excellently. This is an excellent display of early game dominance, and Brain taps out without calling GG. Kuangai reigns supreme in game number 1. Very, very well played. Very well played. I gotta give it to him. So 1 win there for Kuangai. Let's change that a little bit there at the top. Like, let's make it a little bit more eye-catching to look at. Okay. Wait, I gave Brain a win as well. That's not supposed to be there. He's got no wins. Kuangai starts with a 1-game lead over Brain. That hasn't happened before. It's not... Actually, Brain quite often starts a series losing 1 game because he tends to play a little bit too overconfident in the first game, and then he has to compensate and correct his mistakes in all the games that come behind it. So is this going to be one of those series where Brain starts out with a loss and then turns it all around and starts winning? Or is he going to lose a couple more games? You cannot be the #1 player in the world forever. Unless you're Flash. Or Faker from League of Legends. You know, those are two exceptions, but being the #1 player in the world for a very long amount of time, most people in most sports, games, or disciplines just cannot pull it off. Most of the times, you're at the top for a couple of years, and then someone better comes along. It just doesn't happen that often. Okay, so let's hide the things we don't need here on screen. Let's check the colors. Yeah, let's go for teal against yellow. I like that. I like that scheme. So we've got Brain here on the teal Protoss, and Kuangai right next to him on the yellow Protoss. Protoss against Protoss. This is maybe Brain's best matchup. Maybe. I'm not saying it is, because maybe it is his Protoss against Terran, or his Protoss against Zerg. I'm not too sure, but it's one of his best matchups. He's a Protoss main as a professional player, and as a fastest player, his Protoss is pretty nice, pretty good as well. Pretty good, you know, pretty good. Not too bad. And Kuangai, I think Kuangai is a Protoss main. Not sure, maybe he is a Terran main or a Zerg main. I just do not have any idea whatsoever. I just know he's from China. I cast him before against Burger Sasu, and he played pretty well there as well. His early game is strong, but his late game and mid game against Burger Sasu did show some big weaknesses compared to Burger Sasu's late game, who is maybe one of the best late game players in all of StarCraft. So Kuangai goes to the middle right, scouting the middle spawn locations first, and then going to go for the corners. And Brain goes for Nexus into Forge, into Gateway, into Gas, whereas Kuangai went for Nexus into Forge, into Gateway, into Gas, into Pylons and a Cannon. So both players are kind of doing the same thing, just slightly different distribution of minerals. Second Gateway there for Brain as well, so actually this distribution is the exact same. Just the order is a little bit different here and there. Let me just slightly correct the way my setup is standing. Like my microphone, my mouse, my screen, all that kind of stuff. I'm just making slight adjustments. Because to me, nothing is happening at the moment. They're scouting the map, but they're going the wrong ways. Like he's going every single direction except the one direction where Brain is at. So he finds him, but there's a cannon to protect him. Triple Gateway, a lot of information. It's valuable information. Sees the cannon, sees the Forge spinning, sees the Cyber Core there warping in. Likewise, Brain is going for double Dragoon. He's got a Cyber Core, going for a second gas. No second gas there for Kuangai. Kuangai is on the chase. The Zealot there from Brain took some damage. Kuangai's Zealot is healthy, but there's 3 Zealots waiting for him. Gets whacked in the face by a Psy Blade, turns around, trying to dance around, trying to get around, and gets around, but there's a cannon in the back there. But he would have preferred if that Zealot didn't get in, because then he could deny information. Like, denying information is pretty big. So got a third Gateway there on the way. We have Robotics on the way there for Kuangai. We have Dragoons on the way there for Brain. Brain is going to try to turn this into a Dragoon micro game against Zealots. The one attack there is halfway done. Well, not even halfway done, like 30% done there for Kuangai. Getting a second cast as well. Zealot gets into the backside. I don't think he saw the Cyber Core, but he knows there's a Cyber Core. But maybe, maybe there was a chance that Brain went for a Citadel of Adun or a Robotics, and he didn't see either of those two structures. So he could be assuming that it's only Dragoons, but he could be wrong in assuming it's only Dragoons. Maybe it is a fast Robo somewhere, or a fast Citadel of Adun. Just doesn't know yet. But Brain is going for Robotics right now. He's probably going to go for the Robotics to get detection against Dark Templars, so we will see an Observatory, because Dark Templars are an option here for Kuangai. He's getting a Citadel of Adun there in the back. Support Bay, probably going to go for a Reaver Drop first, gets in there, going to use his supreme micro skill to stay away from the Zealots and maximize the damage. It's going to be a very intense game for Brain and Kuangai. Zealots there have to move in front of the Zealots, but he's dancing, microing, stepping away, step by step. Zealots in the front, buying time for the Dragoons in the back to fire. More Dragoons on the way. Got Dragoons on the way now for Brain, and Observatory on the way as well. Zealot Speed on the way there for Kuangai. He's not building a Tempest Archive, so Dark Templar is not going to be in the mix. He's going to go for the Shuttle and the Reaver drop before getting any other technology. Reaver's on the way now. Shuttle is finished up. We have Dragoons there pushing back. More are balling up. Brain has a pretty good advantage with his army at the moment, but once speed kicks in with this 7 gateway setup there from Kuangai, he might be able to surround and push back the Dragoons if the Dragoons do not kill any of those gateways. Also, if he finds the shuttle, he might be able to snipe the shuttle unless Kuangai pulls it back to the top. He's got to keep the shuttle alive at all costs. Pulls it back just in time. Brain can't snipe it. He's gonna move into this top corner to hunt down the shuttle. He wants to kill the shuttle, but I can't quite do it because he doesn't have range on the Dragoons yet. If he had range on the Dragoons, he could snipe the shuttle, but no range, no bueno, no kill. Reaver spawns. On which side? On that side. Oh, Reaver is trapped. Gotta take that one down. No Reaver drop there for Kuangai, so he makes his escape. Makes his escape to the bottom side, and just gonna try to do as much damage as he can, but he kind of gets himself in a sticky situation, trapped behind gateways, takes some effort to get out of there, while speed has kicked in for the Zealots, and level 1 attack is also already there. No attack up there for Brain, armor's on the way there for Kuangai, getting gateway number 8 and 9. He's gonna have to make his retreat, because the speed Zealots are pretty nasty with level 1 attack. I think Kuangai is actually in a stronger position at the moment, because level 1 attack does not screw around. Also, Reaver number 2 on the way, no vision on the high ground. Did he get an Observer? He did not get an Observer yet. He's going for... So he's skipping the Observer because he didn't see a Tempest Archive. So he skips the Observer, goes for the Shuttle and for the Reaver. But the Reaver for Kuangai is already finished up and flying across the map, going for the attack, and there's no Dragoons in between to snipe the Shuttle and the Zealot. So this one is going to do some damage to Brain, while Brain's Dragoons are inside of Kuangai's base. Oh, he sees it. Oh, the Observer's on the high ground. He did build one. I'm blind. I'm super blind. So he repels the shuttle with the Reaver inside. Gonna try to take it down with his own Dragoons and snipes it yet again. So 2 Reavers down and his shuttle taken down as well. Got Dragoon range on the way there for Kuangai, switching over to a gateway mass, getting 2 more gateways for a total of 11. Makes his escape there. Walks away, walks back home. Supply in favor of Brain by about 8 supply in total. Work count is 3 in favor for Kuangai, and Brain there finishes his own Reaver drop. Gonna fly in with picking up that 1 Zealot to take fire from the cannons. 2 Zealots, in fact, and gonna go straight for the... Oh, he forgets Zealot number 2. He flies right in. No Dragoons on the scene there for Kuangai. Attack in the front. Zealots running away from the back. Reaver unloads. Reaver shoots. It's load. Reaver does not explode. And it does not explode. It cannot pass through this tiny little gap between the cannon and the pylon. He's going to try to kill the Reaver there, but takes some fire. Oh, loses the shuttle. Reaver goes down. Kills the other Reaver as well, but that did not go too well for Brain. Brain made some mistakes there with his micro. He was trying to micro 2 locations at the same time, and it simply didn't work out too well. Like, what you want to do is, like, you want to pick up the Reaver as the Scarab is about to connect. Then you pick it up, Scarab explodes, the Reaver takes no damage. It's really easy to do, actually. But Brain was trying to micro on too many locations at the same time, and now that is difficult to do. Microing 2 locations at the same time while producing and building back at home. Well, that is pretty much pro level stuff. That's pretty much pro level stuff. And even pros make mistakes right there. So supply count now growing in favor of Kuangai. Brain is getting speed for Shuttle, Storm, level 1 attack, and level 1 armor. Level 1 armor already finished for Kuangai. His army is really, really strong. Reaver finished up there in the back. Gonna get picked up by the shuttle and flown into Brain's base. We got a fight there happening on the middle. He's got a great arc around this entrance point, but the upgrades are so badly in favor of Kuangai that Brain is losing more than he should be. Drop there comes and finds a pathway in there. Reaver unloads pretty far away from the probes though, but a couple of probes, like literally 2 went down. So Brain gets away with some luck, and his own drop arrives on scene, kills about 15 probes. So he gets himself into the economic lead and in the supply lead over Kuangai. But Kuangai is honestly putting on a really good Protoss right here. I am impressed. I'm impressed by Kuangai's Protoss so far. He's got a good micro, good planning, good understanding, good moves. Everything is exactly as it should be. He's spending like a boss. He's making Brain work really hard for this one. I am honestly impressed. This is a really good player. I can not describe this any other way. This is a really good player. not as good as I was expecting, to be honest. So drop number 3 from Brain, flying over the left side. No vision on the map from Kuangai, but he does have vision over his entire base layout with pylons there covering the side of his base, but not outside of his base, so he doesn't really have as much response time, or it doesn't have a warning system. This has 2 Templars inside, flies into Kuangai's base. Kuangai runs away. Templars are loading. Templar ready to storm are there. All the probes. Probes are very far away. Storms the probes, but doesn't really quite hit them. Nothing dies. Literally nothing dies. Now it's time for a counterattack. Kuangai, with a superior army size and superior upgrades, is running into this frontal section of Brain's base, ready to break him down. Is ready to break him down. Brain does have units spawning, and he has sort of an arc there around the front, but his upgrades are worse than Kuangai. He's on 1-1. Getting level 1 shield there as well. Brain is on 0-0-1. Not looking too good. Not looking too good on the upgrades there. Mike going away. Oh, armor finished up just now for Brain, so the upgrades are the same. But he's behind in supply, but he has the home field advantage. Drop comes in at the same time, starts unloading. No Templar, no Reaver on the low ground, so the probes stay alive, safe and sound. Now the cannons are helping him out defending, but not as much as you would expect. So this is a dangerous situation there. Although Kuangai just lost a lot of supply there on his attack. Brain is more supply now, but a lot of Brain supply is stuck inside the gateways, still warping in. Some more units coming out from Kuangai's base. Storms are coming down. Storms are helping him out a lot. But Brain still has to retreat once again in between the gateways and regroup and wait for the next wave of units to spawn. Kuangai is in a great position. Like, he has fewer workers, but about the same army supply. Which of course means his army supply is stronger than Brain's. But Brain is still kind of losing out here. Brain is still losing. This might just snowball out of Brain's control unless Brainy can hit the economy of Kuangai with a drop very soon. He's got to hit him soon, because this is going to snowball. Brain is going to keep on losing more units than Kuangai is losing, and Kuangai is going to keep on sending reinforcements unless his economy is demolished very soon. Drop comes in. There's literally nothing. Oh wait, there's nothing? There's no high Templars in there, only Zealots. Runs away nonetheless, because, you know, he's tricking him into believing there's a High Templar in there, because you have to assume there is a High Templar in there, so the Zealots in the back force him to unstack his probes. That hurts him economically. He's got a shuttle in the back, gonna have to pick up the High Templar and put it in the shuttle and go for the Templar Storm drop. He's gonna have to do it right now, because this is not gonna end too well. Snipes and observers. Dark Templars are coming out, but another observer arrives on the scene. Gateways are spawning on the side. Brain is sweating right now. He's sweating for his life. Now, this is a real drop. Comes over the bottom side. Does not. Oh, he's not dropping. Oh, gets stormed. Shuttle is too low to pick anything up. Yes, shuttle is too low. Reaver is still alive though, but Brain is in a bad situation here. This is a lot of units in his base, and he got storm dropped down to 7 probes just now. Exactly what Brain had to do. So now all he has to do is outlast Kuangai's army, but Kuangai might have just enough to end the game here. Like, he's got only army. Like, he's got 9 probes and 100 supply of army. So his army is gargantuan, humongous, absolutely massive. And he's here to penetrate even deeper into Brain's base. Brain really is trying his hardest. Like, the upgrades for Kuangai are also pretty good. 1-1-1. Brain is on 1-0-1. 1-0-2. Ooh, I like the 2 attack. The shield upgrade is actually not that good. Level 2 armor almost finished up. Reaver unloads. Reaver cannot shoot. It's too far away. It tries to shoot. It shoots. Scarab actually hits a cannon. So Brain is starting to weather the storm. Starting to get out on top now. His supply is much better. Kills another observer, which now means Dark Templars, if they do come out, can easily clean this up. And Kuangai, his economy is down in the dumps. He's on like 20 probes, 70 supply. He's gonna call GG very soon, because at this point it is impossible to still win this game unless he hits the drop with the Reaver. But even then, his army would still be so small, he probably would not be able to fight back against Brain's superior army size. He's just bigger. Drop comes in yet again. They're over the top side. Is he going to hit him yet again? Is he going to erase the probes that exist at the moment? Reaver unloads. Reaver shoots its load and kills a couple of them, but not too many of them. And the Reaver dies before he can shoot a second shot. Did not get a second chance. And Kuangai is still there in the base, killing stuff. But Dark Templar spawn. There's no observers from Kuangai on the scene. Dark Templar's going to push those Dragoons away back home. And I'd say Brain has pretty much won the game. But oh boy, did he have to fight very, very hard for that one. If Kuangai had kept his probes alive, he would, without a doubt, have won the game. Kuangai is the real deal. He's real. He's really good. I'm impressed. Brain has just played a slightly better game in terms of dealing with the drops. Reaver's trying to get him, but he cannot find a pathway in there. Zealot is trying to buy some time, picks it back up. And yeah, he's trying really hard to get in there. Reaver unloads, and Reaver shoots, but the probes are pretty far away. Hits a couple of probes, hits 10. But 10 probes is something he doesn't care about, and loses even more probes back at home and calls GG as Kuangai. His economy just got erased. Sent to the Shadow Realm. And Brain gets himself his first win of the series. But that was one of the most intense Protoss against Protoss games, with Brain with his back against the wall for most of the game. Kuangai was really bringing a really good game here for Brain to deal with. Kuangai, I gotta say, this is some of the best play I've seen from a Chinese player so far in my life. This is the best play I've seen from a Chinese player so far. Like, the Chinese are going up in the power rankings, if you ask me. The Chinese have, like, this puts them higher on my chart than they were before. I am impressed. These are the first two games of this Brain against Kuangai, this Korea against China series, and we're going to continue on with this series in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the first two games so far, and if you did, you've got something to look forward to in the next video. So see you very soon. I'm RGB from RGB TV, and I am signing out.